Okay, so we'll start with our project. So I have created a backend database at the back. Now I need to insert a data onto those databases. How can I insert a data onto the databases? What are my requirement? What are the different controls I require for that?
No, text box required.
How many text boxes?
4.
Yes, 4 text boxes because
4.
there are 4 fields, right? There are 4 fields. First one will be for
Patient name.
patient ID,
ID.
patient name, patient contact number,
Yes, ma'am.
and last one for disease. Let's label these things. I'll take a label for labeling purpose of these things. I'll just put it here. So this will be PID, patient ID. This I'll give it as P name, that is patient name. This let me make it as contact number. And the last one will be
Backend.
okay. Now this is done. What else is required? What else is required?
Ma'am, button, ma'am. Submit button.
Sorry,
Submit button.
button. Exactly.
Button.
So I'll give it as insert because that is what the task we are doing, inserting into the database. I'll give it as insert instead of submit. So I have a insert button. Now we have another thing. We have another thing called as another control called as data grid view. We have a control called as a data grid view. What exactly this does? This is used for displaying the database details, that is the column names and the rows, whatever is been inserted. Instead of going back to the access every time, whatever you have created the access, instead of going there and checking whether it has been inserted or not, we can view the entire table in this particular control itself. So it will be displaying a data based on the connection of a data source what you have given. Clear? So it is data grid.
How to get the data once time you can see?
How do you? I didn't understand. How do you?
I didn't get where to search.
Pranav, it's
Okay.
lagging.
We have to track that one.
Just as you insert all the text boxes, controls, all those things, same way.
Okay.
That's the control, data grid view.
Yes, ma'am.
Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now, for this data
Yes.
grid view, as I said, it will be displaying the table what we have created in Access. For that, we need to say which particular database I need to connect, correct? This connection of a database will be happening in two ways. One, by writing it in a data source property of a data grid, or I can do it through a programming. There are two ways to connect this data grid view with a backend database. One, by directly giving a data source in its properties, or by giving it through a programming. Fine. I'll show both the ways. Even if you do both the things also, it's fine. Not a problem. Even if you choose a data source in a data grid and also do the programming at the backend of the same thing, even that's fine. That's not a problem. Okay. So I'll show both the things. So let's start with the properties of it. So here is a small arrow. You can click on this and it will ask for data source. You can go either in this way or select a data grid. Select a data grid and in properties, you can search for data source. Data source. Clear? You can do it in a two ways. Either click on an arrow choose data source. You can go even this way, even that will be taking for the same process, same steps, or you can go for data source over here. Where was that?
Can you show it again?
Can I show?
Can you show it again, ma'am?
Here, just you can go either here, data source. You can go for data source over here and select a source, or within, if you select this, you have a small arrow over here. Even this way you can go. Anyone, both works in the same steps. Done. So choose data source. It is asking me to choose the data source. What is the data source? We have, I'll go for small arrow over here. Add project data source. Add project data source. Now in this, you need to go back to your theory and give me an answers. So when you're, how will you connect your backend database? Which component is used for that purpose? In your .NET framework, which component is used for that purpose? For connecting your backend database?
ADO.
Exactly, it is an ADO. How does this ADO works? What are the subcomponents of ADO?
Dataset
Dataset, data provider, correct?
provider.
Data provider and data source. Dataset will be created later. The main thing is data provider. The provider is the one which will be connecting, which acts as a mediator between your backend database and your VB application. So now it is asking what kind of application you want to get for a data source. I'll say database. Click on next. Yes, it's a data set I'll be creating from a database. I'll click on next. Now it is asking, I had done a previous thing, so it is asking which data connection should your application use to connect to the database. I'll use for new connection. Now, can you see over here, data source? It is asking data source, which kind of file you have created. So if you click on this, different data sources are available. Can you see this? Access, you can use the Access database, you can use a ODBC database, you can use SQL database, SQL Server database, or Oracle database. Now, if Access is my data source, is this visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. If Access is my database, check on this, which is my provider?
OLED.
OLEDB. Now, if I change my data source to ODBC, which is my provider?
ODBC.
If I change it to SQL, which is my provider?
SQL Server.
If I change it to SQL Server database, which is my provider?
SQL Server.
Oracle.
Oracle.
So is this clear? This was one
Yes,
of your theory part, correct? There are different data providers. How do you select the versions of data providers? It is based on the database creator. Where do you create the database? In which database you create? Based on that, you need to select a data provider. Do you remember that? In which we are creating now? Which one should I select for a data source now?
Access database.
Access database. So by default, if I select Access database, I have a provider called as OLEDB, Object Linking Entity. Fine. So I click on OK. Now data sources, Access DB. I don't want to change it. Database file name. I need to now browse for my file name. So I had created as patient2. Correct? I created as patient2. So select it. Okay. Now please do copy this. Copy this somewhere. Because this is required for my programming. If I want to do the same connection from a programming, then I require that. I'll show you even that part. So that's the reason I need this path. So I have copied this. Let me save it in a Word file because that is required later. I've just pasted in a Word file. Okay. Now check for another thing. The one what I was mentioning before with respect to OLEDB. So if I go for advanced, so provider, can you see provider OLEDB So there are two versions of it, 4.0 and 12.0. There are two versions of provider. There are two versions of provider, 4.0 and 12.0. So I need to go for 4.0 because my access has been saved in .mdb. If I want to go for 12, then that should be in ACCDB. But even if you select this, you need to make sure all the related libraries of 12.0 are being downloaded. Sometimes you get an error that the library files are not being downloaded. So that may be a problem. So that's the reason I'm going with 4.0. OLEDB 4.0. Is that clear? You need to make sure about this also. You need to go with advanced properties and you need to select 4.0 itself. So you'll get a complete details over here. Provider and data source. Clear with that? Let me copy this also. All these things will be used for next purposes. That's the reason. Control C. I'll just have it for a so provider. Let me just expand this. So provider is Microsoft Jet OLEDB 4.0 and data source is now the file name, that is database name what I have given. Clear with that? I click on OK. So that
One
is
second,
done.
ma'am.
Yes?
1 second.
Yes, yes.
1 second.
Go, go.
Say-
Now I need to make sure whether the connection has been done correctly. To make sure whether the connection has been done correctly, I need to check with test connection. So if I click on test connection, if I get a pop-up window saying it has
Text
succeeded,
connection succeeded.
then that means the connection has been done correctly. There's no problem with the connection. If you are getting any error, you need to resolve that error. Clear? I'll say okay, and I'll say
Yes,
okay
ma'am.
over here. And I'll say next. Show the connection string that you will save in the application. If you want this, it will be giving the same thing what I copied over here. The same thing has been provided. You can copy this and use for the programming purpose. That's not a problem. Next, it is asking, I have created a database in a other applications. Do you want to take that database and save it in a VB.NET? It is asking for that. If you want, you can give it as yes, or you can give it for no. I'll just go with the no itself, and I'll say save the connection, and I'll say next. Now,
Ma'am, is it compulsory that you have to save it as yes or no?
not necessary.
Like what if you press yes?
If you do not, if you press S, you will get in a data source over here. Whatever your form 1, form 2, whatever VB.NET, whatever you are getting a source, you will be having the string also over here. That's it.
Okay.
I'll give next. This is very important. Please do go through. Now it is asking with respect to data set. We already know that data set is a virtual representation of a database. It is asking what do you want to take from database and save it as a data set. Do you want to take all the tables or only the views? If you want all the tables or only the views. In that tables also, if you have created multiple tables, you can select the particular table and save it in a data set. You have discussed about it. Do you remember that? A
Yes,
database
ma'am.
can consist of n number of data tables. If I require only 2 tables from the database, I need to take only 2 tables and put it in my data set. So what it is doing, it is reducing the memory. So if it is taking less memory, that means it will be efficient. So that's the reason we are creating a data set. Is that clear? So I need only tables. You can even select views also. That's not a problem. But for my requirement, only tables are enough. So I'll take tables and I'll say finish. Yes, can you see the change?
Ma'am, I'm getting an error, ma'am. Some updating commands could not be generated automatically.
What is not able to
in
generate?
the database. Commands, ma'am, could not be able to generate automatically. The database returned the following error. Dynamic SQL generation for the update command is not supported against the select command data.
I'll check for that. Let me complete this and I'll check for it. Can that happen?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me complete this once. Complete explanation. I'll ask you to share the screen and we can go for that later. Okay. Yes. Now can you see the changes? What happened? What happened? This was it the same table what I have created? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. That same table.
The same table, correct? PID, PNAME,
Yes,
CN,
ma'am.
and DS. The same thing is
Yes,
now
ma'am.
appearing over here. So if I uh, insert anything, if I insert any of these details from this text boxes, that will be updated over here itself. So what it does, it is not required for me to go back to the access and check whether the insertion has been happened. I can check over in this itself. So whatever the insertion happen, it will be updated in a data set itself. Clear? Clear? So can we go with the programming? So that's it. We are done with the designing part now. Can we go with the programming? For programming, I'll just copy paste the programming because it's quite big, and I'll explain it in detail. Okay. So let me open a programming part. Now I need to program for which component? I need to program for which component? Which control should I do the programming?
Ma'am, PID.
For which one should I? I need to do for button, correct? I need to do for a button, but button works only for the insertion purpose. Only for the insertion purpose. But I want that to work. I want my database connectivity to be done immediately when my form is loaded. Are you getting it? What will your insert button will do? It will only insert the data. It is used for only inserting a data. But immediately when the form is loaded, that is immediately when the application has been run, it is supposed to connect to the backend database. So that's the reason I need to do the programming for my form first. I need to do the programming for the form upon load first. So whatever I have declared now, these are the global variables, because these variables, that is connection variable, adapter variable, dataset variables, I'll explain this in detail. These variables are required even for form loading and even for a button insertion. So that's the reason. So as I require for two functions procedures, I'm declaring them in common. Now, can you see this first one? That was being inserted by default when I selected a data source for a data set. It was being given by default. What it means? Me, that is form 1. Upon form 1, access the patient table and fill in my data set. That is what it is saying. Access patient table and upon form load, fill it in a data set. That is nothing but fill it in my data view grid. So this particular line was being given by default when you inserted a data source for a data grid view. Clear? Please don't get confused. It's a very simple program, but little lengthier program. That's it. So let me copy this program.
Ma'am, I didn't get that table back, front end, ma'am.
What it is giving? Is it giving an error or something?
Nothing, ma'am. It's not showing anything, ma'am.
Okay, that's okay. When you click on source, is it still in none or has it taken a source?
It has taken, ma'am.
Ma'am, I told you the error, no, ma'am. But in source it's showing, ma'am. But in source it is showing, ma'am. But in table that's nothing has been viewed.
I'll check 1 second. Let me complete this. Yes. Now what exactly it is happening? So I need a connection. OLEDB is my adapter now. So whatever I need to access through this class called as OLEDB. So OLEDB, I have separate things with respect to OLEDB. For connection, I need have OLEDB connection. For adapter purpose, I have OLEDB adapter. For data set creation, I have a class called as dataset. So now I need to create an objects for these things. I'm creating CON, that is con, which will be used for DB connection. I'm creating DA, which is used for data adapter. I'm using DS, which is nothing but data set. Where I'll be using these things, for my programming. Connection, adapter, data set. Fine. Next, data provider. I require a data provider. We already seen that, correct? Here, data provider. Which is my data provider? It is nothing but Microsoft OLEDB 4.0. And data source is nothing but what is the database name. So this will be my data source. For these things, this will be taking a string values. So I'm creating a variable for a string. Query, insert into or select star from, these are the queries. And the last one is command, what command it is supposed to take. So that is also a object which will be created for a class called as OLEDB command. Clear? Fine. Now let me go exactly. So as I already said, this is by default given when you're trying to inserting your data set. Now, the same thing has been repeated. Please do go through this. It's very simple. So which is a data provider I'm trying to insert? Which is a data provider? Yes. So exact name. You cannot remember it as, or you cannot buy this. You can take it from a way what I've showed before. Correct? By going to this, you will be taking a provider. So that's the reason I have asked you to save it somewhere. So provider is nothing but OLEDB, Microsoft OLEDB 4.0. So provider is equal to Microsoft Jet OLEDB 4.0. That is what exactly I have given here. I have put this data into a variable called as DB provider. Next, another variable DB source. So what is the source? The file name. What is my file name? Is this the same thing? I need to change my source, correct? Because I've saved it in some other path. So this will be updated based on the path what you have said. I need to update this. So this is what my updated data source. Are you getting it? Are you guys understanding this? Data source. What is data source? It is nothing but the
Yes, ma'am.
path where I've saved my database.
Absolute
So,
path.
yes.
Absolute path, ma'am.
Yes, absolute path. Fine. So complete, starting from the drive, I need to give a complete path. The next one is connection string. So connection string, you can see over here, con. What is con? Con is nothing but a connection. So con dot connection string. I need to give a complete string now. Complete string in the sense this thing. Complete provider and data source. I need to give a complete details. So I'm giving it in a form of DB provider. That is my provider. I'm concatenating that with a DB source. That will be my exact connection string. So this will be doing my connection, and I'll say establish by giving a command saying open. Establish my connection using the provider what I've given and the source what I've given. Clear? Any doubts in this? Any doubts in this 4 lines?
No, ma'am.
Yes. Now, next, query. What should I do when a form is loaded? Once a form is
Insert it.
loaded, I need to display all the details of a table. So that's the reason I'm giving query as select star from table name. Whatever the table name you have given, the exact table name should be given. Patient 2 was my database name, but a table name is patient itself. Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So select star from patient. What this query will do?
It will select table from the patient database.
Exactly. It will be selecting a, or it select star. Star stands for all. It will select complete a table from a table called as patient. Now I need to put it into adapter. I need to put it into adapter. What
Patient
a
is database name, no, ma'am.
database?
Database name, no, ma'am. Patient.
No, it is supposed to be a table name. Data source, only in data source you will be using a database name. Will be selecting from a table. You cannot select from a database. You can select the things from a table, not from a database. It should be a table name.
Okay.
So this is a table name. My table name is
Okay, ma'am.
patient itself. Fine. Next, I need to adapt. I need to go for an adapter. That is, I need to do the access of that particular query. So query, I need to send a parameter for this. That is DA is nothing but my adapter over here. Correct? DA is my adapter object. For that, I'll say query, comma. I've already created a DA. Anyway, I'm again creating it. So I'm saying query and connection. Pass this query for the connection what you have done for that particular database. I'm passing a query which is supposed to work on this connection what you have done. That is what it is meaning. Clear? Next I'm saying fill whatever you get from this data. Whatever once you execute this query upon this connection, whatever the data you get, fill that data onto a DS. DS is nothing but data set. Fill that data onto the data set. The one what you access from a patient under a name called as patient. It is again creating a data set which is named as patient. Under a patient called under a name called as patient, for a data set, fill the data what you get from the output of this DA. Clear? Is this line clear? Any doubts in that? I didn't answer first to go for the next one. Was that line clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and the last one, what you are saying, fill onto data grid view. Fill onto data grid view. What you are supposed to fill, take from a what you are supposed to fill into a data source. So what exactly we are doing here? We are trying to do all those things what we done using this settings. What we did through the settings, the same thing I'm repeating here in my programming. That's it. All these things are nothing but doing a connection. So I have already done through this property, but I'm repeating the same thing in a programming wise. That's it. So what I'm saying, for the data source, for the property called as data source, for a data grid view, whatever you have taken from a data set tables. If you remember, the last step was I have selected, I've checkbox the tables. So whatever the tables you have in a data set for a patient, fill that in my data grid view upon form load. That is what it is saying. Clear? Clear with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this happens when the form is loaded. Now, what should happen when I click on a button?
It should insert
Exactly.
to
It's
that
supposed to
form.
insert
It
the
should send the
data.
data to
Insert the data what I have taken in a table 1, text box 1, text box 2, text box 3, and text box 4. Correct? Excuse me. So it is supposed to insert the data. For that, I am trying to execute. I am trying to put it in an exception block. I'll try to execute a query and do the connection. If it works, then fine. If it is not, whatever the error it is, I'm asking it to catch that error and display that particular error. So I'm putting a query of insertion in a try catch block, because I'm not sure whether it will work perfectly, whether that connection thing, command thing, insertion things work perfectly. I may get an error. It may not have a proper connection. So if any such things happen, I'm asking it to catch it and provide a message. So that's the reason I'm putting under a try catch block. Clear? The usage of try catch block. Is that clear? So under try, what I'm trying to execute, I'm executing a query very similar to this. I'm executing a query which is nothing but insert query, insert into patient, insert into a table called as patient. The values what I get from text box 1, text box 2, text box 3, and text box 4. The most important thing over here is the ampersands, single quotes, and double quotes what you put. If you make a mistake in either of a single quote or a double quote, you will get an error and you will never get an output. So that's very important in this part. Double quotes where the ampersand should be, ampersands are nothing but you're concatenating everything. That's it. You're taking it as a separate blocks. Text one is separate, text two is separate. You're taking that manner. So that's the reason you need this. So it is separated. So you need a double quote, single quotes. You will start the entire query with a double quotes and end the entire query in a double quotes again. Is the query understood? Any doubts in this query? Any doubt in this query?
No.
Fine. So now I've done a query. I'm trying to execute that command. I'm trying to execute the command very similar to this, what we have done before. That is, I'm executing a query for a given connection. The connection what I have done in a form load. For that particular connection, by using this query, I'm trying to execute a command. If the command is executed successfully, if the command is executed successfully, it will be returning a value, that is boolean value called as 1. It will be returning a value 1 if it has been executed successfully. That is, if it is able to insert a data successfully. If it is not, it will be returning it as 0. So that's the reason I'm holding it in a variable called as x, which has been declared as integer. So it will be returning a value of 0 or 1. 1 if it is successful, 0 if it is not successful. So I'm saying if x in the sense,
Command.
what is if x means? It is similar to what? If x equal to 1. If x in the sense, if it is true.
Argument.
If it is true, I can give it as just if x or equal to 1. If x, that means if it is true, then that means if this becomes 1, that means I've successfully inserted a data. So I'm saying I'll give a message box saying data inserted. Else I'll say data not inserted. If this try block is not able to execute, whatever the error I get, I'm trying to catch it in a catch block and display that particular catch message. Clear? After this, so this is done with the insertion part. Now after insertion, whatever the thing was there in a data set, if there are anything else before in a data set, I'm trying to clear that data set, the one which was there before. I'm trying to clear it and I'm giving a new query, the same query what I've given before, the same thing I'll be repeating again, because after this will be giving a previous one. Once I load whatever has been present already, that will be displayed here. Now after insertion, I need to display even that rows also, correct? So that reason I'm repeating the same things again. That is select star from table. Now that is give a new table view. That is what I'm saying. The previous tables, whatever has been done, clear it. Select star from patient. Go for adapter, whatever the query. That is select star from for the given connection. Fill it into a data set and then display it in a data grid view. Clear? Let me run this. Let's see how it's working, whether it's working or not. It will take a little time because it is supposed to now contact one which is outside our database. It is access and it is supposed to establish a connection. It is still building. Yes, so it is given an output. Output, it is asking to enter a PID. So let me give a PID as 1. Yes, I'll give a PID as 1. Patient name, I'll give it as A. Contact number, I'll give it as 1, 2, 3. And this is, I'll just give it as Q. And I'll click on insert. Can you see data inserted? So that means my data has been inserted. Now if I click on OK, that should reflect in my data grid view. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So if I, once again, let me start again, run again. So whatever was being given before, upon load, whatever was being given before with the connection, the same thing is being now given. I'll give 2, patient name, let me give it as B, contact, I will clean again, and DS, I'll give it as R. So insert, data inserted. So how many rows you insert, that you can view over data grid itself. Clear with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. That's,
Ma'am, I'm getting that error. I've tried.
yeah, once again.